Yeah, that's good.
We're on now.
Oh.
Yeah.
Good morning.
It is, actually.
It is, for once. I didn't get here at 11:30.
Well, that's what happens when you wake up at 2:30 in the morning because you can't sleep. Because after 30, your hormones get out of whack.
Oh, they're freaking out.
Yes.
I need to get my hormones in check.
I don't know how to do that, but...
Oh, I'm listening to some podcasts trying to figure it out.
Is there some witchcraft that you have to do, or a pill?
There's a couple. No, it's more natural ways, like, eating right and fucking...
Oh, like just taking care of yourself.
Yeah,
okay.
like
Got it.
taking care of your body and like sleeping and, just normal things that most humans should do.
Well, that's fair. What if your body's betraying you and is like, nope, you're not going to sleep anymore?
There's some supplements you can take, Shay. If you'd like me to share a podcast episode with you, I will. I did do a lot of hormone podcast listenings in the last 2 weeks.
I didn't know your hormones were that out of whack.
I mean, I'm trying to figure out what the fuck's wrong with me without having to go to the doctor, so I'm just like, I'll just listen to a bunch of random podcasts and kind of figure it out.
That's also what we do now at 30. Because I can't, and if you don't have a health insurance, you just have to just wing it, and it's fine.
In 2019, it's like the new... There's more than WebMD now, so that's good.
It's like the new pamphlet podcast.
It is. It really is. They're changing my life, Shay.
Well, I'm glad.
This one and others.
Okay.
Anywho.
Yes.
How are you doing this week?
I'm good. I'm just kind of waiting to go to Orlando, which
Woo!
is, I know. For
2 days?
48 hours. I cut my trip in half. Because I'm just like, what am I doing? I can't, like, in good conscience, like, go to Orlando when I'm not, like, making a whole lot of money right now. So, which is fine. There's a reason why I'm going, and I will say that, I guess it'll be next week. My sister's getting engaged, so, because she's not going to hear this until after she's engaged, so it's fine.
Oh my God!
Yeah, so the reason why I'm really going, and I can say it right now because it will not be released until...
Oh my God!
Yes, so
I know.
Yes, you do
I
now.
knew before you, bitch.
Yes, exactly.
Sorry. Congrats.
Yes. Oh, that's right. You've met her. I forget.
Your sis.
You met her for a minute.
So your sister's not proposing?
No, she has no idea that it's happening. So my sister,
why are you still going for 2 days?
Yeah, it's a bitch of a turnaround time, but like it was like in the fucking stars where I was like freaking out. I went to Texas, and which was so fucking hot. It was nice. Like I went with my friend Michaela, and it was all good. But I went in my boot, and I'm like, oh my God.
And not the cowboy boots that they usually wear in Texas.
My fucking boot. And it was my little air casty thing, and it was so humid. I got like heat rash. I was a whole mess. So there was like heat strokes and drinking, but not enough drinking.
There were heat strokes and drinking.
There's not enough drinking and too many heat strokes. And I have just not acclimated to that fucking...
altars.
Yes, the Selenas. Anything for Selenas. So I decided after that, I'm just going to see if I can cut it in half. And magically, there was only one flight on the day that she's going to propose. And it was like a super early flight, so I get to be there all day. And it was like $70 less than what I paid for it. Southwest, #sponsor us. We
literally though, Southwest is the best.
It is. So there's no change flight fees or whatever. So I was like, it's just meant to be. So I sliced it in half, and I'm just going to go for like 2 days. So even though it's intense, it's going to be worth it because I get to see my sister's face. So when she gets proposed to, she has no fucking idea it's happening. God. Yeah. So it's Crystal's birthday. So she just thinks this is all about Crystal, and it's all about her birthday. And so Crystal decided that she wanted to propose at Disney World.
Oh my God. So that's really sweet.
I know. It's super cute.
Oh my God, I can't wait to see the pictures
and
hear all about it.
I really hope. The plan is that she's going to do it like away from us, but I'm really hoping she'll let me just kind of be in the wings for like, not like there with them, but like just be kind of hiding so I can kind of get those pictures.
So
the moment happening.
Well, what you could do, Shay, is you could dress up like a bush and take pictures that way.
I could do that in an urban environment. Yes, that'll make sense in the restaurant. Yeah. She's not doing it. I'm sorry.
It's not at Disney World? Damn it.
She's not doing it.
You can't dress up like Mickey Mouse?
No, she's not. I told her, I was like, but if Mickey Mouse isn't going to be involved in it, I'm going to be pissed off. I'm not really.
You could still dress up as a bush.
I could.
In a restaurant.
And I'm just like, easy. Don't fucking judge me. Like, it is 2019. That is fucking harassment. If I want to dress like a goddamn bush.
I'm trying to take pictures of my sister getting engaged.
Right. So it's going to be at a restaurant, and it's not going to be at the park at all. So I don't think so. I can't remember now, but it doesn't matter. It's all good.
You better find out. You better not fucking fuck it up.
Oh, I won't fuck it up.
Better not let your sister listen to this while you're editing.
Right. I will not be bringing my computer with me because there'll be no time.
It just like repeats in the airport somehow.
Yes, somehow. There's been like, I've had like nightmares that I've just told her on accident, and Crystal like wants to kill me. So
how long have you known?
I've known for like 6 months now. So it's like, I'm like trying not to say things to her like, oh yeah, like we're gonna meet all the night that you're gonna get engaged. I don't say it, but I've been super close to saying it, so I'm just like,
are
fuck.
people like gonna be there like surprising them at the restaurant or anything?
No, so Crystal's like, I don't remember exactly how she said it, and it might change. She might have changed it like 3 times by now. I don't know, but from what I know, what she's gonna do is she's gonna somehow switch up some menus or something like that. I don't know. She's an artist as well.
Oh
So
my God,
she's
cool.
like gonna somehow get like a different menu in Rachel's hands. And so Rachel's just gonna like read it like she's looking at desserts, and she's like gonna open it like it's like, oh, this is the fancy menu, and she's gonna open it, and it's gonna be her, and then Crystal's hoping that she's gonna be so distracted reading it, she's gonna be able to get down on one knee and then ask her that way. So I really want to
better record it.
I'm really hoping she's gonna. I don't want to be there unless she knows. So I really want her to let me just record it and not like Rachel not know I'm there, and kind of Crystal forgets that I'm there, and just be able to film it because I feel like they're gonna want to see it.
So you think they're gonna go to dinner like by themselves, and then you guys are all gonna
they are. They're definitely going to dinner by themselves. Rachel thinks it's for Crystal's birthday.
Just pull a Robin Williams and fucking Mrs. Doubtfire it.
Yeah. Perfect.
You know? Put some cayenne on some shrimp and call it a day.
Yeah, just get like a fatter bodysuit and it'll be great. Anyway, so that's the real reason why I'm going for 48 hours. So it's fine. So I had to leave here, I think, like at 2 o'clock in the morning. Because our airport's,
that's the time I wake up anyway.
In Tibet. So
oh my God.
So anyway.
Damn, that's an early flight.
But other than that, like everything's going, I mean, it's just trucking along, I suppose.
Yeah. How else? What did you do this week? Anything exciting?
I went out to, what did I do? Oh,
the clubs the
only reason why I'm mentioning this is because you guys don't care. Because somebody told me like this wild story about murder. Kind of. I went out with like a friend of mine, and then she had 2 of her girlfriends. Or one lives here, and one was coming from out of town. And we were at dinner, and she's telling me about like this crazy fucking story about I believe, if I heard it correctly, I believe it was a friend or she knew of a girl that this happened to. It was some association. I just don't remember what the association was. But this girl was in Paris, and it was like, I think years ago. And they were at, like, they had flown in, so it was really late, but they wanted to go out. So they went out to, like, I think a club or something like that. And she ends up making out with this random guy. And it was just fine, whatever. So they make out, whatever. They're just having fun, but they're also exhausted. So the guy is, like, wanting to, I think they have, like, a drink together. The guy's wanting, like, her to take him home. Or, I'm sorry, the other way around. Wanted him to take her home.
Yeah.
And her friends were like, no, like, we'll get your number, but, like, it's the first night, we're really tired, and we'll get your number and we'll hook up with you later. So he's like, okay, cool. So the next couple days, she starts getting this rash on her face, like an intense rash. And she finally has to go to the doctor for it. And the doctor's like, I don't know how to tell you this. And she's like, oh my God, what? She's like, that's a fungal infection? And she's like, oh, okay. Is that an STD? He's like, no, but it's associated with corpses. So she's like, what the fuck? So she gives they have the weirdly they have obviously the guy's contact information. So,
sir, do you sleep with dead people?
So apparently, they track him down. Thank God she got a rash on her face, because I'm sure he wouldn't have even, if he knew he was going to get caught, he wouldn't have given him the contact number. So they track the guy down. Turns out the guy was killing women and like just doing necrophilia like to their bodies after they were dead. So they had like these bodies in his apartment.
Thank God her friends were like,
no, you're not going at all because it's our first. Can you imagine? Like, she could have died. So he's been like luring people.
God for the passing of germs and bacteria and fungus.
Seriously.
Holy
oh my
shit,
God.
Dude.
So yeah, so I was like, oh, you knew this girl? She's like, yeah. I was like, oh my God.
Does she still have the fungus? What do you
get
rid of that with?
I think they treated it, but like that's how they figured it out, because it was only associated with corpses, meaning that he was either having sex with them or he was doing something with them. So disgusting. And then I was like, oh my God, it's like taken. And then I'm like, okay, yeah, now one more reason for me not to interact with strangers. I'm just gonna like log that away. Like, yeah, no, there's probably a dead person at your house, so no, get your lips away from mine.
Just have someone rub their face on your face, wait a day, and then you'll know if they're safe.
Just like, just kind of back away from them and just like take a little cotton swab out of like my purse and be like,
excuse me, can I have a skin graft from you?
I'll be sending this to the lab. I'll get back to you in 1 to 2 weeks.
And then maybe we can think about a second date.
Yeah, but I'm just gonna have to wait till the cultures come back, sir.
That is fucked. That's crazy.
Yeah. How are you doing, Brie?
Right now,
you're having a rough time over there.
Okay, I got my headphones back on. I've got my shit that I dropped. I'm doing good. I did get to go to karaoke this week. So.
Oh, yeah. I did not join you on that because you were like, I'm going to go out at 10:30. I'm like, I'm going to go to bed.
Yeah. I don't ever go out ever. I think it's been probably like a year since I went to karaoke.
That's fair.
Which it's one of my favorite things in the entire world. So.
It is. You're very good at that, and my stage fright is just too intense. I would pee, and then I would say I misunderstood the assignment, and then I would run off stage with my uncle's greatest big ball of twine. Hashtag drop dead gorgeous, everybody. Who everyone's like, shut the fuck up about that movie.
Well, maybe if people watched it, they would understand.
Or they have. I don't know.
Maybe they aren't. But yeah, I did that, and let's see, that's pretty much.
I like it.
Had a dinner this weekend, which was awesome. Made some good food for that.
Oh, and you wanted to shout out to a local person.
Oh yes, I did. Oh yeah. So last week
you were like, I don't remember.
I was like, what are you talking about? Oh
yeah. I'm gonna pretend until I figure it out.
Last week. After our podcast, I got home, and my neighbor, who has this big like Topo Designs sticker on her car, I'm like, she must work for them.
Right.
It's a local like outdoor, pretty sure they're local outdoor gear company. And anyways, I got home, went to my house, hear a knock on my door. It's my neighbor, and she's like, hey, I don't know if you need a jacket, but I always get free stuff from Topo Designs, and I just don't have anyone to give this jacket to, and I was wondering if you wanted it. It's like a little cool like windbreaker, this like blue windbreaker thing. I was like, fuck yes, I want a jacket. That's awesome. Let me know if you need to get anything else off your hands.
That's amazing.
And yeah, I was like, sweet, Topo Designs. I've been in there a couple times. It's nice. I don't usually spend a lot of money on outdoor gear, but they have good shit, and it's local.
Even better.
And I think they're a responsible, great company, so shout out to you guys. Thanks, neighbor. And then also, speaking of local,
yes,
we're drinking.
Oh, yes.
Today we're drinking some local gin made by Old Town Distillery.
It's pretty good, too.
I actually got some after farm dinner, my salmon bake that I helped do.
Oh, yeah.
Not my salmon bake, it was Jack's Fish House.
That's fair.
But I scored some fucking gin after that dinner, and it's from Old Town Distillery, and it's delicious, yummy, botanical mountain gin. I mean, that's what it's called.
It's pretty good. I don't know. I don't really drink gin, so I'm like, as far as gin goes, it's pretty delicious.
And so naturally, what is the most favorite cocktail of all with gin?
It's just juice.
Gin and juice.
Gin and juice. So we're doing gin and juice.
Thanks to our great friend Snoop Dogg.
Perfect.
And you can't even taste it.
Sure can. And I would
Tastes like juice.
Tastes like juice, I think.
There's 2 shots in here, so.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, shit. Either gin's
I measured them out,
or
it's literally on the bottom, and we're going to be fucked in like half an hour.
Oh, perfect. Right in time for my segment.
Yep, right in time for yours.
As always. Anyway.
But yeah.
So what'd you roll today?
I rolled science.
Ooh, what kind of science are we going to get into
Oh,
today?
we're going to talk about the science of sleep.
Ooh, oh, God, I need that.
And I do too, because I don't sleep anymore. And I also was researching it while I couldn't sleep. So it was perfect.
Even better.
And really, really speaking to my insomnia.
I like it.
Yeah.
Perfect.
What did you roll, Shay?
I rolled some. I think I rolled. No, I rolled history again. This one's a little shorter, you guys. But I'll tell you when it's my turn.
Is it a paranormal history story?
No.
Oh,
it's.
okay.
I mean, kind of. No, it's not. It's history.
Okay.
It was like one of those tricky ones where I'm like, is it paranormal? But not really.
Is it crime? Is it murder?
It's not. I did not cheat this week. Anyway, all right. We want to get into it?
Yeah. Let's jump this jump.
What?
What's up, y'all? We're here with another sponsor for our podcast, and we're super excited to talk to you about it.
Mega is an improvised comedy podcast that delves into the inner workings of a fictional mega church. Episodes have included celebrity guests from shows like Saturday Night Live, 30 Rock, Veep, and Silicon Valley who play characters on the podcast.
So, Twin Hills Community Church, which is a fictional mega church in Broad Ripple, Indiana, and the backdrop for Mega is a completely improvised comedy podcast.
If you're a fan of hilarious and influencing comedy like Christopher Guest movies, like think Best in Show or The Mighty Wind, or my all-time favorite, which was Waiting for Guffman, or even just the show The Office, then Mega is for you.
So you can check out this Mega podcast on Spotify or wherever else you listen to your favorite podcast, like on Anchor. Do it. So we just want to take a minute to tell you a little bit about Anchor, who hosts our podcast for us. And guess what? It's free, guys. So Anchor is the easiest way to make a podcast, and they give you everything you need in one place, again, for free.
Everyone likes free stuff.
And you can use it right from your phone or computer. Even your phone, guys. We use our phones for everything. And now you can make a podcast on it.
Absolutely. And they have like this creation tool, which is really awesome. So even if you don't need like any fancy equipment or anything like that, if you just got a little mic and a little thought in your brain, it has a little creation tool that allows you to record and edit your podcast so it sounds terrific. And they'll distribute your podcast for you absolutely for free as well, so it can be heard everywhere. Super painless. It'll go from Spotify to Apple Podcasts to Google Podcasts and much more.
And the best part, guys, you can easily make money from your podcast, which is what we're doing right now.
Right now.
So if you guys want to start a podcast, you totally can. Just download the Anchor button. If you're not already listening to us on Anchor, again, it's free. And
did we say it was free? It's free.
Yeah. So download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started on your podcast today.
Hello, Brie.
Brie F, the science girl.
There it
is. Brie. Today, we're going to talk about the science of sleep and what's going on when we sleep and why it's important and all sorts of shit.
I like it.
That'll help us, hopefully, all be better sleepers, because I know I don't fucking sleep good anymore.
I know. I'm this close to being, on my way to a prescription problem to figure out how to get to sleep. Yeah, I'm not taking prescriptions, but I might. And I'm getting to that point where I want to.
Yeah. I
won't do that because I feel like crap. But anyway.
Yeah. There's a lot of motherfuckers on some sleeping pills.
Absolutely.
And they help people sleep, but also that's also not good because there's a lot of other factors that go into why people aren't sleeping. And it's just like, oh, well, just take this pill and don't change anything else about your life and it'll be fine because we don't want to change and take responsibility for what we're doing.
It masks the problem.
So, here we go.
Here we go.
So sleep is obviously an important part of the daily routine. You spend about 1/3 of your time doing it, which we all know 1/3 of our life is sleeping.
So they're like, get a good mattress.
Yeah, and it's like, exactly. That's another thing I need to do is get a fucking good mattress. Though you might think, I'm just sleeping. I'm so unproductive. Third of my life, I'm just sleeping. Wrong, motherfuckers. It is far from unproductive. And it plays a direct role in how full, energetic, and successful the other 2/3 of our lives can be.
I believe that.
It really, really does a lot of things helping us out when we sleep. And when we sleep well. So, so before the 1950s, most people believed that sleep was just a passive activity during which you just are fucking passed out and you just sleep.
Just witchcraft.
Exactly. And then now scientists are beginning to understand exactly like the benefits and the reasons, some of the reasons why we sleep and other things. And the benefits of it, obviously.
It makes your brain work good.
Yeah, it do. So the quality sleep and getting enough of it at the right times is as essential to survival as food and water. And without sleep, you can't form or maintain the pathways in your brain that let you learn and create new memories. It makes it harder to concentrate and respond quickly as well if you're not sleeping well, which I'm sure you all know that.
Which, thank God right now, because I'm not sleeping well, and I would do very bad if I lived in a jungle and had to, like, escape from a predator every day.
Yeah, right? But
it definitely would be tiger food.
You'd probably have a good night's sleep if you were, like, running away from predators and shit all day and, like, just, you know, eating
or I would
fresh, grown things.
I would be scared.
Because you're tired as fuck. At the end of the day, I just ran away from a jaguar.
So maybe that's what people, instead of going on pills, are like, we're just going to drop you off in the jungle.
Here's the Shark Tank.
It's going to be...
Maybe that's what my dog can be used for.
Perfect.
All right, he's going to chase you now. You're going to sleep real well tonight. Yep. Actually, it doesn't work. Trust me.
I know.
Anyway... I'm feeling that gin and juice. I really am.
I haven't yet.
Up on me.
I'm sipping on it
because it's 8:30 in the morning. Not anymore. It's 10.
It's 10.
Anywho, so sleep affects almost every type of tissue in the end system in the body, from the brain, heart, and lungs to metabolism, immune function, mood, and disease resistance. Did you know that?
I didn't.
All the things.
All of it.
It could. Oh,
yes.
Speaking of the word I realize I use that a lot, so I'm really going to try hard not to say so much.
It's okay. I use like a lot, so sorry, guys. I'm
so
sure you're
every
like,
time
you
I say
stupid, dumb Valley girl.
Like what?
I'll just, I'll get like a...
if.
What we'll get is we'll get squirt bottles, and then every time we'll just be like, oh, shit.
We have to drink every time we say...
No, because
our no word.
We'll be...
our no words.
Our no word. We'll be drunk before, like, our first, like, segment's over.
You're right.
We can't do that.
You're right. Oh, shit. Anywho.
Yeah.
So, sleep contributes to a healthy immune system. I almost said It can also balance our appetites by helping regulate levels of the hormones. Fuck. It can also balance our appetites by helping to regulate levels of hormones, ghrelin and leptin. They are also characters on the Dark Crystal.
I was like, what are those? Okay.
And they play an important role in our feelings of hunger and fullness. So it also helps you not overeat and shit, too, by getting good sleep.
Well, that's kind of nice.
Sleep is also vital for brain plasticity, or the brain's ability to adapt to input. So adapt to different situations or different, information that you're getting, whatever.
Like, I don't like
your
change.
Emotions,
like, oh,
you probably just
need a nap.
You need a nap.
You need a nap.
That should be the prescription for everything. Oh, you just need a nap.
Did you have a nap today?
I think we talked about, there's like this app that's called like Nap Time or something, and it's like they're just trying to get everyone to nap more.
What?
It's not I don't know if it's an app. It might be like an Instagram like movement thing. I heard about it on a podcast.
Of course you did.
That's all I do is I listen to podcasts. I like think about my life.
I like it though.
Try to make money.
I like it though. Mm-hmm. Anyway,
so researchers also believe that sleep may promote the removal of waste products from brain cells.
Okay.
Not poop in your brain, just
Yes, thank you.
Thank you for figurative shit.
I
in your
haven't
brain.
been sleeping, so like I would have actually processed it as that.
Not the literal poop, the figurative ones. Mm-hmm. Something that seems to occur less efficiently when the brain is awake. So it happens more. Your brain is taking away these like bad toxins and waste more when you're asleep than when you're awake.
Makes sense. It's cleaning house.
It's just it's basically just rejuvenating yourself.
So if you don't get
sleep,
it's like the maids don't come in.
No, they just keep piling on that
like,
those dust bunnies.
They're like cats. They get scared when you're awake. I get it.
Mm-hmm. So what happens when we don't get enough sleep? You might ask.
All those things you just said.
Yeah. So
I'm sorry.
Risks,
I think
it's true.
I'm a little buzzed. I'm sorry.
No, that's true. I pretty much am going to reiterate what I said, but more in depth.
Perfect.
So your health risks rise. Duh.
Yeah.
If we sleep too little, we become unable to process what we've learned during the day, and we have more trouble remembering it in the future, which I've been having a lot of issues with like my short-term memory, I feel like lately, which might have to do with maybe smoking a little too much weed, but
it could be the sleep thing, but it might
get sleep.
Better than me like self-diagnosing myself, like going, I've got the Alzheimer's for real though. Like I'm going to have to go into a memory care here real soon.
Yeah, no, you need some sleep probably, Shay.
You probably do.
Symptoms of symptoms of depression, seizures, high blood pressure, and migraines worsen. Immunity is compromised, increasing the likelihood of illness and infection, which I know for a fact, like that, especially when I worked in the restaurants, like when I wouldn't sleep a lot, I would get sick so easily.
You were
like,
sick a lot toward the
lot.
end when I was working there because you were like sick almost every other fucking week, and you were not like that for a long time. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden it was just like, yep, I'm going to die, but I have to be here
but I have to live here, so it's fine.
I'll just sleep in the walk-in because I'm really hot.
Yeah, seriously. With my cot. But yeah, I know for sure, like, if I'm not getting a lot of sleep for, like, even a couple days, like, I'll feel sick after that.
Yeah, makes sense, actually.
Mm-hmm. So research shows that a chronic lack of sleep or getting poor quality of sleep increases the risk of disorders like high blood pressure, cardiovascular disease, diabetes, depression, and obesity. So when we're sleep deprived, we may feel the need to eat more, and that can lead
eating our feelings
to weight gain.
Yeah, thank you. Maybe also because when you don't sleep, what do? You're bored, so you eat in bed, and you're not active, so it just makes little food babies.
Yeah. Also, eating late is really bad because
you don't digest it.
And another thing, it also, like, if you're eating late, your body is trying to digest, so it's like keeping you awake, like when you're supposed to be like tired,
You were all about the sound effects today. I love it.
That was just my battery telling me it was low.
Okay.
So I better hurry the fuck up.
It's fine. Actually,
what am I at? That wasn't what was that noise? I have 90% battery. Anyway. So yeah, it's really bad to eat late because your body's like, all right, well, now I'm digesting. So like if you're trying to go to sleep right after you eat, you're like, I can, or you're like restless, or you wake up later. And I eat late a lot too, so that's another thing.
Yeah, I'm trying to be better about it. I'm like, you know what? Maybe people were onto something. The older ladies and men, gentle folk.
Well, what about those people in Spain? They eat dinner at like 9:30 and they go out to like 3 a.m. and then they like,
But like, I guess at least
you're people in Spain.
Those just in Spain. I was like, wait a minute. It took me a minute to register it because I'm not sleeping.
In Europe.
But if they're eating really late, but they're being really active later,
so it's fine.
Because I feel like the reason why it's so bad to eat late is, and if you go right to bed like in an hour, like you're gonna feel like shit.
Yeah.
So, but if you're dancing, that as they do in Spain,
as they do as the Spaniards do. Yes. Dance the night away. All right, so let's talk about the anatomy of sleep. A little more scientific for you. So, like, what's going on in our brains and different parts of our brains while we're sleeping. Yeah, I'm getting real scientific on your ass.
Yeah, you are.
So, I'm obviously probably going to say all these words wrong.
Also, by the way, yeah, those 2 shots are totally at the bottom of this drink.
Yeah.
Just like, wow, I went from 0 to 60.
I know. Once I got past the halfway mark, I started feeling real good. Real wide awake now. So the hypothalamus. Did you ever take any anatomy classes or psychology classes? You learn a lot about the brain.
I did take a psychology class. I slept a lot in that class, ironically enough. And but I know some of these brain terms because I worked on a show about how drugs affect the brain. So
Oh yeah, duh.
So I know what that word is.
You know it.
Yeah.
Well, I signed up
And
for...
you said that right.
Can I tell you something funny?
Always.
I signed up for AP Psych in high school because all
I
my
thought
friends
you were
took it.
gonna say actually like I signed up for it right now. I'm going to a class.
I'm going to AP Psych with my high school friends that I work with at the cooking studio, and it's gonna be really fun.
I'm gonna shadow them.
No, but in high school I signed up for AP Psych, right? Because most of my friends were taking it. And I was like, I've never taken class with my friends because they all are in smarter classes than me.
You're like, this will be fun. I can totally wing
Like,
it.
this is fine. AP Psychology, that's gonna be sweet.
Awesome.
Literally one weekend I was like, I'm not gonna do any of this work, and so I asked the teacher, I was like, do you need a teacher's aide? So I ended up being your teacher's aide.
Well, if that isn't psychology
got
101,
credits.
I don't know what
I
is.
still got to see it. I
Yeah.
still got to see everything. I had to grade papers while they were watching shit and learning shit, but it was sweet.
least you
So
were
instead
fucking
of taking the class and getting a D, I just listened while I was
You
a
must
teacher's
have been
aide.
getting a lot of sleep back then because my brain would not have been like problem solving like that at all. Like
I don't know why.
I would have just sat in the back of my class going, well, gonna fail this. That's fine.
I don't know why I was like, maybe I'll be your... Or
Because
maybe,
your brain was probably working because you were sleeping all the time.
And yeah, you're right. I used to sleep really fucking well.
I used to sleep really, really well too.
4 years ago.
Up until like for me, like 2 years ago.
Yeah, it's been like 2 years.
Fucking 30-ish. Anyway, go on. Sorry.
So, the hypothalamus, which is a little peanut-sized little structure in our brains. Mm-hmm. It contains a group of nerve cells that act as control centers affecting sleep and arousal. So that's what's going on in the hypothalamus. Within the hypothalamus is a suprachiasmatic nucleus.
Is that like the new Kia model of cars?
The super Kia. Shay, you better get that. You better get that one.
It's my next one after my soul.
Which is Shay has a Kia Soul, not her actual soul.
Actual soul.
But actually her soul.
I'm gonna trade that in
but
for
not
the
her soul.
2020 model. It's gonna be great.
Perfect.
Maybe I'll sleep more.
So anyways, the Kia Smatic nucleus is clusters of thousands of cells that receive information about light exposure directly from the eyes and control your behavioral rhythm. So this helps in, when it's dark out, you're more likely to be tired, and this kind of goes into all that.
Okay.
Some people with damage to the SCN sleep erratically throughout the day because they're not able to match their circadian rhythms, which we'll talk more about later, with the light and dark cycles.
Yes, not to be confused with the cicada.
No, circadian and cicadas are a little different. Cicadas actually can help you not sleep because they're so fucking loud at night.
I was gonna say those are loud motherfuckers.
Cicadas.
Anyway.
Next on our anatomy lesson today is the brainstem.
Okay.
The brainstem communicates with the hypothalamus to control the transitions between wake and sleep.
Okay.
And the sleep promoting cells within the hypothalamus and the brainstem produce a brain chemical called GABA, and that reduces the activity of arousal centers in the hypothalamus and the brainstem. So
it's not to be
calms
confused
you the
with
fuck
Yo
down.
Gabba Gabba.
No. That is the scariest show I've ever seen in my life. So we are not watching that before we sleep. That definitely keeps you awake. Do not do that.
I've never watched it really. I just know the name.
I've watched 2 episodes because babysitting or some shit, and
Well, Jed's
I
at that
felt
age,
like I
too.
was literally having a brain aneurysm when I was watching it.
Was there a lot of
There's lots of flashing lights.
Oh, okay, yeah.
There's lots of weird sound songs.
But isn't it
It's like Baby Shark songs all the time, and weird flashing lights and weird creepy puppet things that are like on drugs.
Oh, sweet.
That's how I felt about Yo Gabba Gabba when I saw it.
Sounds delightful.
So next on so the brain stem also plays a special role in REM sleep, and it sends signals to relax muscles essential for for body posture and limb movements. so that we don't freak out while we're dreaming. So it just paralyzes us a little bit, so we're not like, flailing around and shit while we're sleeping.
That's really
which
kind of
some people have
terrifying,
problems
though.
with.
What?
Like
They have like sleep paralysis?
like they no, not sleep paralysis, like sleepwalking, and like also people that literally do shit while they're sleeping, like.
Oh yeah.
And they have, it's like a fucking issue. Like, they get up and, like, go outside and, like, drive a car. I mean, I don't know if they do that, but people are crazy.
Is sleep paralysis, though, because of, like, that is just triggering too much?
Well, I think, so during the REM cycle, you, like, it calms your body down and you're, like, in, like, that kind of state. But when sleep paralysis happens, I think it's when you, like, wake up, but you're still partially in that cycle, so that's why you can't move when you have sleep paralysis. It's something like that.
Okay, that makes sense.
I don't know. I'm not a scientist. I'm just an armchair expert.
That's fair.
Hashtag Dax Shepard, armchair expert.
Okay.
Fuck, I said So the thalamus is our next anatomical.
You can keep talking.
Listing.
There it is.
Acts as a relay for information from the senses to the cerebral cortex. And the cerebral cortex, if you're wondering what that is the covering of the brain that interprets and processes information from short to long-term memory. So during most stages of sleep, the thalamus becomes quiet, letting you tune out the external world. But during REM sleep, the thalamus is actually active and it sends the cortex images, sounds, and other sensations, and that's what fills our dreams.
Oh.
It fills our dreams, Shay. The thalamus.
The thalamus betrays
It's like
me.
Disney World, where you're about to go in like 2 days.
Where I cry.
It's
on
the
rides.
thalamus of the physical world.
Disney World? Jesus Christ. No, it isn't. You just see a
It's
bunch of
not.
angry parents like just unloading their money on just $5 sodas. Did you know, like at Disney World, like they, side note, that they have like these like little barcodes on the bottom of their cups that you can't like refill sodas? Fucking the mouse is greedy. He's a greedy rodent.
I mean,
but you know,
it takes money to make the most magical plates on earth, Shay. Okay? And you can't refill your soda even though you paid $10 for it. And you filled it with ice. Ice, baby.
right, in the hot climate.
We got one more.
Okay.
Actually, we don't. We have 3 more.
Oh, wow. So you
Sorry.
lied to me.
So the next anatomical place we're going is the pineal gland. So the pineal gland is located within the brain's 2 hemispheres, and it receives signals from the suprachiasmatic nucleus. I said it right, I think.
Love it.
And it increases production of the hormone melatonin, which I'm sure we all know what that is. It's what is the hormone produced when we're sleeping, and it helps us sleep, and people can take it as a supplement to help them sleep more. And the pineal gland, keep wanting to say penile, which is not right. Sorry.
Dude, what is with us today?
I know, it looks like a dick. I don't know. It helps put you to sleep when the lights go down. I like it. The next stop is the basal forebrain, which is near the front and the bottom of the brain.
Okay.
And it promotes sleep and wakefulness. And the last on our list is the amygdala. I knew that. Which
It's
is
not
an
the
almond-shaped structure.
Oblongata.
Sure.
Hashtag Waterboy.
Ooh, maybe. I was just talking about that yesterday, that movie.
It's crazy.
Someone told me I looked like the girl in that one time.
I could see that though. You have like that really just like noticeable face, and she's got like those pronounced features, but she's really gorgeous. I think she's pretty.
I think she's crazy looking.
Well,
but that's all right.
I think that's the point. But like toward the end, like they made her look more normal.
She's cute. She just is crazy.
Yeah.
She got those crazy eyes. The amygdala is an almond-shaped structure that's involved in processing emotions and becomes increasingly active during REM sleep, which is when we're dreaming and you're feeling emotional while you dream. So, there's 2 stages of sleep. There's non-REM sleep, which is composed of 4 stages. And during REM sleep, it helps with when we're in our non-REM sleep. It's helping with tissue growth. It helps repair different things in our body. Energy is restored during this time, and hormones are also released during this time. And then after the 4 stages of non-REM sleep, which starts out with being awake, then falling asleep, and then there's another stage that's like light sleep, when your heart rate starts to regulate and your body temperature drops. And then the 3rd and 4th stages of non-REM sleep are the deep sleep. And the REM sleep was actually thought to be the most important sleep phase for learning and memory, but now newer data is suggesting that non-REM sleep is actually more important for these tasks. And it's also known as being more restful and a restorative phase of sleep, which I feel like when I learned about REM sleep, it was the opposite. Like, the REM sleep was like the deepest sleep that you have, and non-REM sleep is like just like gearing up for that. But now they're realizing that actually non-REM sleep is a little bit more beneficial.
I would think so, because like every once in a while, when I dream like super intensely, I feel like I didn't sleep at all. I'm so fucking exhausted when I wake up. I'm just like, God, I just wish I hadn't saved those orphans from the burning building, and then the tiger came in and I had to like train them really quick, and then I had to get on a train to go to Moscow, and I'm from America, so I'm really tired.
I know, it's
a whole thing.
It is. And yeah, and it's like sometimes you have those dreams that are like, wait, I was literally just awake and then I just woke up,
right?
But then I remember
and I hate that shit,
that like 3-hour long dream somehow.
Anyway. It's always the best when you wake up like at 6 and you have to get up till like 7:15. You're like, yes, I have discovered the leprechaun's pot of gold.
It's true.
Dude, we're drinking gin and juice from now on.
I know, this is a good one.
Anyway, sorry, keep going.
So
I don't mean to make your segment so long.
I'm making it long. You can delete the whole anatomy part if you want. Anyway.
That's science, yo.
So REM sleep first occurs about 90 minutes after falling asleep. And it provides energy to the brain and body, and it also helps support daytime performance. So if you're not getting into REM sleep, maybe that's why you're feeling a little sluggish. And maybe that's why I feel a little sluggish. I feel like I sleep a little bit, but then I always fucking wake up like 7 times in the middle of the night. So it's like, what's going on, Brie?
Right.
I'm just going to study myself while I'm sleeping. What? Anywho. So, during REM sleep, your brain waves are similar to those during wakefulness. Your breathing becomes faster and irregular, and your heart rate and blood pressure increase to near waking levels. Most of your dreaming occurs during this REM sleep, like I said earlier, although some can also occur during non-REM sleep, like we just talked about. Your arm and leg muscles become temporarily paralyzed, which prevents you from acting out in your dreams. And as you age, you sleep less of your time in REM sleep, actually. So
really,
maybe it's because we're now in our 30s that we're just not getting into REM as much because we're so old. Just kidding.
Like, you can't even get to the REM anymore.
No, that's when
you just get to the tip, not to the REM.
No,
Jesus.
Nope. No REM jobs tonight. No REM jobs.
We call it the Ring of Fire.
Exactly. So great. So, there are 2 main processes that regulate our sleep. It's our circadian rhythms, not cicadia,
not the insect,
and our sleep drive. So, circadian rhythms direct a wide variety of functions, from daily fluctuations in wakefulness to body temperature, metabolism, and the release of our hormones. So, like I said, I've been fucking listening about hormone shit a lot lately. And maybe because I don't sleep very well, that's why partially why I'm all out of whack. And stress and shit. But, you know, not sleeping doesn't help to the equation. So, the circadian rhythms also control the timing of your sleep and cause you to be sleepy at night and your tendency to wake up in the morning without an alarm. Your body's biological clock, which is a real fucking thing, which is based on a roughly 24-hour day, controls most of the circadian rhythms, and they synchronize with environmental cues, light and temperature, about the actual time of day, and they continue even in the absence of cues. which is pretty sweet.
So, like, you can kind of know, like, kind of when you need to wake up if you kind of...
Haven't you ever, like, have you ever woken up without your alarm when you need to wake up?
Yeah, so, like, when I have to get, like, especially, like, since our fucking airport's out, like, in fucking Egypt, that I have, like, sometimes I book super early flights. Like, for instance, when I have to go to Orlando and I have to wake up 2:30 in the morning, every single time I wake up before my alarm because I think in my brain before I go to bed, I'm like, I have to wake up at 2:30. I have to wake up at 2:30. It's like my body knows, and it wakes up, like, 15 minutes before. It's amazing.
I mean, yep. And then also, like...
It's weird. But I also like to pretend that I'm a magician. I just know.
Well, I think it has to do with that, like, just, like, being able to tell your body, but also, like, if you're used to a routine of, like, oh, I go to work at fucking 6 every morning, you automatically wake up at, like, 5 anyways, or, like, because the sun's coming up, your body naturally is like, oh, and if you're used to being able to see, like, if you're not in a super dark room all the time, like, you're used to, like, that light coming up, and your body gets used to that.
Yeah, definitely. When I was working like a full-time job and I had money, and I was waking up like right before my alarm would go off, and then I was like, dude, my rhythm was like, nope, we're gonna go back to like fucking sleeping until like 8:30 after I quit my job. Yeah, weird.
I wake up now like at 7, like every day.
Why?
No matter what.
Just because that's where your rhythm's at.
Because that's when my dog wakes up, like, and wants to go
wake
on
up,
a walk.
I'm gonna bite your face off, and you're like, "That's cool."
All right, I gotta program myself.
It's like my fight or flight kicks in because I don't want to die. Sorry,
exactly.
Go on. I keep interrupting you. I'm so sorry.
No. Shut up. So, researchers are now finding out that your genes actually affect your sleep clock. So even our genes passed down by our fucking generations are affecting how we sleep. So John Hopkins sleep expert and neurologist Mark Wu and other fellow researchers recently identified a gene involved in the circadian regulation of sleep timing. And when researchers removed this gene from fruit flies, the flies experienced problems falling asleep and staying asleep. Also, when I read this, I was like, fucking fruit flies sleep?
Don't they only have like 24 hours?
I don't know. But a similar sleep gene
#
apparently
YOLO.
exists.
Like, you can't fucking... Jesus.
Yeah, I know. You only live once, and you only live literally for a day. So you better sleep good.
Because you're going to die in like 45 minutes.
Mm-hmm. A similar sleep gene exists in humans and mice, and scientists continue to study this gene in hopes to understand more about how the processes within our cells affect our ability to sleep. So it can also be like... Maybe it's like, I don't know, ancestral healing. You can heal your sleep cycles.
Maybe.
Anyways, ever heard about that? Maybe that's another science story. I listen to too many podcasts.
Oh my God.
Also, so sleep drive is your body's craving for sleep, much like hunger for food. And factors that influence your sleep wake needs include medical conditions, medication, stress, sleep environment, and what you eat and drink. So if you're not doing the right things, it's going to fuck up your drive to sleep.
That's fair.
Throughout the day, your desire to sleep builds, and when it reaches a certain point, you need to sleep. And I'm sure most of us have experienced that. When you're fucking tired, you're like, I need to fucking go to fucking bed. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you live through that and just, party on, Wayne. Garth and Wayne. We're Garth and Wayne. But your body will tell you when to sleep. And I'm going to share a little story about that.
I like it.
So a major difference between sleep and hunger is that your body can't force you to eat when you're hungry. But when you're tired, it can literally put you to sleep, even if you're in a meeting or behind a wheel of a car. And
what?
I might have experienced that before in my life. So if you want me to tell you that story, I will. I think I told it. Did I tell this story?
I don't think so.
It was... Okay. If you're listening, you might have heard... Actually, I think my mom knows the story too. I'm going to tell you my story about falling asleep because I was so fucking tired.
Oh. Okay.
So during college... finals week, me and my friend had a huge project we had to do that we waited till the fucking end of the trimester at Johnson & Wales. We don't have semesters, we have trimesters.
Sounds about right.
So
Like
we waited till
yeah.
the end of the trimester to do this project. And so the finals week of my junior year of college, me and my friend were like, we're just going to take Adderall all week and fucking do our shit, right?
Right, that's fair.
Not sleep. Just
fine.
drink coffee, not sleep, don't
we'll just
eat.
get it done. Yeah,
Take Adderall and just like
Belt it out.
fucking do our project and study for our finals all at the same time. All of our finals.
God, what a time to be alive.
Right? College is fucking great. I don't know. I'm alive sometimes.
Yeah.
But so we did that, and after about 3 days of just eating Adderall and drinking coffee and maybe some wine only,
Depressants and stimulants, always a good combination.
Yeah. We were fucking tired. Also, some other weird things were happening. Like, we both were like randomly seeing shit. Like, we were like hallucinating.
Yeah, because your brain was like, we don't know what's...
Yeah.
The border has been crossed. I don't know what it is. Like, there could be leprechauns.
And we were just like, this is hilarious. What's going on? This is fucking great.
Your brain was like on red alert going like, go to sleep, you dumb bitches. Yeah.
So this was like the last... So it was like the day of our final, and we had stayed up all night again, and we were like studying and finishing our project. And I was like, okay, I gotta go home, and then I'm gonna go back and take my final. Like, my final was probably in like an hour and a half.
Right.
Go home. I was gonna take a shower, change, driving home, and I get to a stoplight, and then I am at a stoplight, and then all of a sudden this lady's like knocking on my window, and I was like, what the someone got out of their car and knocked on my window at a stoplight? Like, what's going on?
Right.
So I like open the window, and I'm like, can I help you? She's like, yeah, you've been sitting here for 10 minutes, and we just thought maybe you passed out.
You did tell me that. Okay, yeah.
We just decided to stay behind you, but you started like kind of rolling, so I thought I would knock on your window, and we called the police because we didn't know what happened to you. And I was like,
okay, that's right.
Are you fucking kidding me right now? Like, I literally had no fucking clue that I fell asleep. For 10 minutes, I was sitting at a stoplight, with my foot on the brake,
just zoned out.
Yeah. No,
you fell asleep.
I mean, yeah, whatever I was doing.
Your body just shut down.
Yeah. So then a cop came and asked me like what was wrong and if I had any medical problems. I was like, no,
yes.
I just took Adderall because of finals. He's like, do you have a prescription for that? I was like,
whoops.
No. He let me go, and I went to my house, and I fucking was freaked out the fuck that I fell asleep at a stoplight.
That would scare the shit out of me.
And then I was
like losing time.
Holy shit. And then I went to school and took my finals, and during some of my finals, I literally fell asleep during my finals for sure.
Did you at least pass them?
I didn't pass my accounting final.
Well, that's fair.
And that was the class that I had that project that we were doing. It was the accounting class. So I definitely had to retake accounting because I was stupid. And But anyways, during some of my finals though, I would fall asleep and I woke up and I wrote like, I love bananas, or like the most like random Disney movie lyrics, because we were also singing like Disney songs. Like we were like just fucking like, I don't know, just like random shit I wrote on my finals. Thankfully it wasn't like a in pen final. I could erase shit. But like, I was like, oh my God. And one of my finals, it literally took me the whole entire 2 hours because I kept fucking falling asleep during my final.
Oh.
And so I never did that again. And your body literally will put yourself to sleep if you need to sleep. So be careful, guys. If you're a lack of sleep and you're driving a car, you will fall asleep in a car. Your body doesn't care. I literally feel like, and I say that like I literally stopped at a stoplight and I think my body was like, oh, you're stopped for a fucking second? Okay, you're going to sleep now. Like, it was crazy. So, also don't do drugs, kids.
PSA.
Don't abuse
PSA.
Adderall. It's
don't
no
do
joke.
drugs. Don't do drugs, and also don't let strangers lick your face because you could have a dead body on your face.
You could have a rash. So, how much sleep do we need, do you ask?
7 hours. 16 hours. 11 hours.
24 hours of sleep.
24 hours.
No. Your need for sleep and your sleep patterns actually change as we age. So like babies obviously need like a lot more sleep than a 30-year-old.
Like 23 hours of sleep.
Mm-hmm. So there's actually no magic number in sleep hours.
Okay, that's good to know.
that works for everybody at the same age. It's always different. Like, and everyone's body's different. Just
A
like we all
ballpark.
need different foods and things.
But do you have a ballpark?
Yeah, it's about 6 to 8 hours of sleep.
Really?
roughly.
6? All right.
Many people feel they can catch up on missed sleep during the weekend, but depending on how sleep deprived you are, sleeping longer on the weekends might not be an adequate thing to do.
Really? Why?
Because if you're overly sleep deprived, like just catching up for 2 days isn't going to help
not gonna
you.
work.
Because if you're like, I sleep 3 hours a day, 5 days of the week,
So it's
and then
almost-
I sleep 12.
So it's actually it's more better. Most smartest. It's better to just sleep for like you're back to like just get back to like your 6 hours, your 7 hours, whatever makes you feel better. Because sleeping for like 10 hours is not gonna like okay, well I only slept for 4, so I'm gonna like get 2 of those hours back. It doesn't work that way.
No, it does not.
Okay, which I kind of knew that. I'm just being stupid, but it's fine.
No.
It's
That's
Snoop
not
Dogg,
how it
gin and
works,
juice.
Shay.
No takesies, backsies.
So how can we help
The children.
sleep better? How can we sleep better, guys?
How can we?
So one thing we can do is learn our own rhythm of sleep. So just like I said, like everyone needs a different amount of sleep. I mean, you should definitely get more than like 2 hours a night. But by paying attention to your own circadian rhythm, which is based off the cicada in your heart. Just kidding.
There's
I am
silent
so
crickets.
You can determine what times during the day you feel more alert and when you feel tired. And using this information to establish your daily routine will definitely help. And it includes the hour you wake up and go to bed every night. And just keeping that like normal and not just being like, oh, tonight I'm going to go to bed at 8 and then tomorrow night I'm going to go to bed at midnight and then the next night I'm going to go to bed at 2:30 in the morning
Right.
and then I'm going to go to sleep at 7 and then like that's fucking yourself up.
Yeah.
For sure. So it's just like getting in a sleep schedule, which
Right.
is fucking annoying sometimes, but and just having a sleep routine too, like is also very helpful. So another big thing is powering down your electronics, which I definitely am guilty at this. Like,
I'm snuggling my phone right now, you guys.
and I almost like I'm pretty I feel like I
can't.
fall asleep on the couch almost every night, like watching TV, and then I go to bed. So that's probably not helping me.
What
at
are
all.
you sitting right next to now? Like I fall asleep to my TV every single night.
Yeah. So
Because
that's been
it's my
proven
binky.
to really not help us. And also like looking at our screens, like the light on our screens that we're using all the time are fucking up our eyes and our rhythms of our eyes and are fucking up.
I have heard about
especially
that.
right before
I've heard
are going to
studies
sleep.
about that, like that, you know, the even like putting your phone outside your room because of the energy that comes off of it. I mean,
or putting it on airplane mode.
right, just to, not just because it beeps at you, just because like I've heard like just even taking the technology outside of your room because it just fucks with your rhythm.
Yeah, because it is interacting with our energy and our
Right.
and our bodies. Like we might not think that that's real, but it is.
Right.
And it's scientifically proven now.
Right.
Now they make like glasses and shit that you should wear, like
I have some of those and I don't wear
blue
them.
blockers.
Yes, I have those. I work with some lady that does lashes, and she got them for some whatever reason, and she's like,
They're
I'm
like
never on my computer.
$500.
She's like, do you want them? I'm like, okay. I just have never put them on.
Dope, Shay. You fucking wear those. So another thing that will help is to darken your room. Lights from street lamps, hallway night lights, and even the glow from your TV's cable box can be needless distractions when you're trying to get some sleep. Be sure to erase that.
Okay.
To be sure that
Again, gonna erase a lot of shit.
sources of light don't affect your sleep, use light blocking shades for your windows, close your bedroom door, or turn off and cover the light that's emitted from electronic devices. You can also wear an eye mask if you want. I can't do that shit.
No, I can't either.
So the last thing that really could help you is I don't know why that's always my sound, but meditation. Bringing it back, girl.
Bringing it back.
Which I still haven't tried. I mean, I try to meditate, but I need to get more.
It's tough. You have to just find like what works for you. Like sometimes, like this sounds weird, but like sometimes being in the shower works, and sometimes because it's just like even that water just kind of flowing on you. You know, and again, like everyone has their own, like sometimes you have to be out in nature to meditate, or sometimes you have to just be you have to actually like designate a space in your house to meditate. So it's just all about like what works for you, girl. You
gotta
haven't
figure it out.
found your niche.
You're right.
I am right.
Meditating, you are
So smart.
Meditating is a great technique for calming your thoughts and removing your worries that you can get ready to go to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
And just like we talked about on one of our podcasts, meditation is very useful in this. So practice. One thing you can do is to practice breathing exercises that quiet your mind. Then work on applying these skills to your bedtime routine. So, like, if you find a meditating routine, it's saying that, like, try that before you go to bed as well. Like, if you're doing it in the middle of the day, just try doing that also at night, and that could help you too. And finally, don't forget to consider the obvious. If you can't fall asleep at night, it could be because you're just not tired yet. Going to bed too early can be as hard on your body as going to sleep too late. So enjoy a quiet activity like reading a book or listening to soothing music until you feel like your lids are getting heavy, and then turn out the light. So
makes sense.
And also I've just been hearing a lot about, definitely the electronics thing. Like, you should not be in front of a screen like at least an hour before you go to bed.
That's my life.
And I don't do that at all.
I don't either at all. I'm like, I can't sleep without like something like fucking like City Confidential going on in my background. Like, and they found her body in a ditch somewhere. I'm like,
all right,
snuggle in.
Go to sleep. Yeah.
Like last night, I was like, I can't sleep, but I'm like, okay, maybe I can soothe down to like fucking what's his face's like this narrator's voice that I kind of know, like from all the crime shit. I'm like, oh, so soothing. And I fell right to sleep.
That is fucked
Such
up.
a fucking sicko. Yeah,
it's not. So, in conclusion, finally,
Jesus, I'm so sorry.
Science.
I'm so sorry.
So scientists are continuing to learn about the function and regulation of sleep. And the main focus of this research is to understand the risks that are involved with being chronically sleep deprived and the relationship between sleep and disease. Because they're noticing that it's actually affecting disease.
1,000%.
For sure. People who are chronically sleep deprived are more likely... I already fucking said all this. Sorry.
Wow, gin and juice. Fuck.
So basically all I'm trying to say, guys, is that we need to sleep, and it's really fucking important for pretty much every function of our body.
Right.
And it's basically just restores us.
Because it's all connected. It's all connected.
All connected.
Yeah.
Get some crystals, put them under your pillow, fucking listen to some meditation, listen to some meditative music.
Do something.
And just fucking go to sleep,
Find
okay?
your groove, man.
I'm trying. I'm going to try to sleep.
I know, again, like that electronic things is a biggie one. I think that's why a lot of people have the problem with that.
And that's all I got.
That's
that
all.
Was a long
it was
time.
a lot.
I'm sorry.
It was my fault. I was interrupting with our drunkenness with gin and juice. Do we want a refresher?
Sure. I'm just cleaning today, so I don't gotta work.
Just do like a little halfsies?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I mean, I do have more free gin, so
Let's do
I have
this.
more juice.
Okay.
Sipping on gin and juice. We'll be right back.
Okay, here we are.
Oh, back again with our gin and juice. This is a little baby gin and juice.
That's okay.
We just needed to wet our whistles.
What are the whistles?
But
All right.
we're ready for history.
All right. So this one, this was another listener request. I'm just gonna do a bunch in a row to make it feel like we have a bunch of listeners. Anyway,
perfect. We do.
We do.
We have a lot more than 2.
We have more than 3. This is the history of the conspiracy of Denver International Airport.
Yes! Yes!
So this one's for Miss Rosie Weigel.
Oh, nice, Rosie. By the way, I was just in the airport. You've been in the airport.
Well, I'm trying to, if I can get up like at 2:00 in the morning and then just get there on time, because I'm going to do like a little carry-on so I don't have to wait in line and shit. But I'm hoping that I can go take some pictures of the things that I'm going to talk about, so I can give it to you for the Instagram
weird
post.
ass shit.
Yeah.
Also, because they're doing a bunch of construction, so there's like a couple different ads that kind of joke about it.
For 2 fucking years.
Yeah, they've been
it's
doing
ridiculous.
a lot.
Which I will give DIA props. They are saying like it's on the, for people that aren't in Denver, it's like on the big like construction boards, like more restaurants and trendy shopping areas and coffee joints.
Yeah.
Like me making finger guns. Or like DIA conspiracy cover up.
exactly
and it has
it.
like aliens and like cats with foil hats on them and reptilians. It's pretty funny. So I give them props for that. So I'm like, it's like either just them being funny and just like, you guys are fucking idiots, or the best cover up in history.
Which there's a lot of sketchy shit down there, so I'm excited to hear what you got to say.
Yes. I mean, yes and no. There was one time, I will say before I start, there was one time and I can never remember, and maybe I was just like drugged. Really tired or drugged. The aliens
the memory
had the anal probes, and I don't know why it goes to that spot so quickly. We
that special spot.
Oh my god. There was one, I don't know what terminal it was. I'm usually like on the Concourse C because I fly the Southwest because I'm bougie. I am boozy. But there was a weird concourse where it was like almost where you went into what I can only describe as a basement. So, and I've never been able to find it again. So I don't know what that was, but it was like, I remember like, and like maybe I had like a fever dream. I'm not quite sure what it was.
Nope, they fucking blasted you with the little right? memory thing.
Will
and you
Smith
don't
came
remember.
out with Tommy Lee Jones, and I was like, what? And anyway, yeah. So I remember it like being like this basement-y concourse, and I've never been to it again, and I don't know where it was. So maybe I was having a fever dream, or
that's the chemical chambers.
I was on the precipice of the. Yeah.
Well, one time I was like waiting I was picking someone up at the airport and I got there really early. Mm-hmm. So I decided, I was like, I'm just going to drive around because there's a bunch of weird buried shit under here and like whatever, because I'd heard about all the things.
Right.
And I was like driving around down this one random road by there and there's like nothing around. Mm-hmm. And I think there were signs like, all right, there's nothing over here, basically kind of like, not really a sign that says there's nothing over here.
Right.
But I don't know. It was something that I was like, I probably should turn around, but I didn't. And I kept going, and then all of a sudden this truck is coming.
Right.
Like coming up from like the other side of the road, and then he parks literally horizontally in the road. So like if I were to go farther, I wouldn't be able to pass him. So I ended up just turning around, but I thought that was fucking weird.
That is weird.
It's like, you don't want me to drive back here, do you?
Why? It's like the fucking Area 51 shit. Mm-hmm. They're just stifling them from their
people do that on the 21st?
I don't know. I kind of lost track. I almost started watching, but then
I just listened to the song by Earth, Wind & Fire.
Oh, I didn't. I don't know what that is.
Do you remember the 21st night of September?
Oh, got it.
Clouds were chasing the minds of pretenders while we're chasing the clouds away. Boop, boop, boop. Okay, this episode's way too long.
Dude, it's going to be like 4 hours of editing. It's fine. Anyway, okay, so DIA opened on February 28th of 1995.
The new one?
The new one, like the newest one. So Stapleton, they were like located on like east, right, so like northeast Denver. So they were there for like, I think since the 50s or whatever. So they closed down, and then they were gonna just to make for a bigger airport. So
and now it's in the bum fucking nowhere.
It's the worst.
East of Denver and northeast of Denver.
Yeah, just out in a fucking field.
Literally in the middle of nowhere.
Seriously. Even like if you live in Denver, it still takes you like fucking 45 minutes to get there. It's ridiculous. It was 16 months behind schedule, and it was it cost to the tune of $4.8 billion, which was actually $2 billion over budget. So
$2 billion over budget.
That's kind of the biggest thing why people are like, why was it $2 billion over budget?
Yeah, like how do you
like
just?
Where did those,
whoops, we spent $2 billion more.
My bad. I'll get into that. So, there were several reasons for like the $2 billion though, being over budget. Before construction could even begin, on the 1.5 million square foot terminal and its attached concourses, a series of tunnels had to be constructed on the site. These tunnels would house the most technologically advanced rail and baggage handling system ever created. And upon completion of the tunnels, construction began on the top side. Yeah, upon the completion of the tunnels, construction began on the top side of what would become, I'm doing the now too, become the DIA. During the construction, the mega project was plagued with problems, design problems, financial problems. Obviously, if it was $2 billion over budget.
Whoops!
And a strike by metal workers were among the hurdles that they had to overcome. So that's also why the delay in the opening and everything else. So
I'm only gonna work if you pay me $1 billion and then pay my other friend $1 billion.
They're like,
and then they'll be over budget.
Upon its completion, DIA was the largest landmass airport in America, with a total of 33,457 acres. Fun fact, that makes it more than 1.5 times the size of Manhattan. So everything is bigger than the island of Manhattan. So just think about that for a minute.
It's like, why?
Right? So just think how big that, I mean,
it's like we're
obviously
in Denver.
It's not just obviously the concourse, it's the runways and everything. So, but like that's but just think about that. Like if you were like looking at from Denver and you could just like see fucking just Manhattan over there. That's how big it would be. Actually bigger than that. So
so weird.
So
and like the New York airport probably has way more traffic than Denver, right?
So yeah, so think about like, that. Like how
like,
small that is compared, like if it's like, that's ridiculous.
It's crazy. I mean, I love DIA. I think it's the best airport ever, but
really? I fucking hate it because I hate like I have to like walk fucking 3 miles to get to my goddamn gate from my whatever.
Not if you take the walking sidewalks. I just love the tram.
I hate it because I just want to be able, because I'm, you know me, I'm late to everything. So I just want to be able to like fucking drop my bag off and like just walk through like a gate. So, and I can't do that. I have to like, it takes forever.
I'm late for everything, but when I have to get on an airplane, I am the most punctual motherfucker.
I am not. I have
ever. I love it. I love traveling.
There has been days like I'm just like, I made it just here in time.
I'll help you when we go on tour. Don't worry.
Perfect.
I got you, girl.
Put a pin in that. The airport complex also contains the longest runway in America at 16,000 feet long, allowing for larger aircraft such as the 777.
And Drake's new airline. I'll be able to fit on there.
Shut the fuck up. Does he really have a new airline?
This airline can land in my strip anytime.
Does he on the landing strip of your loins? And
anyway, what? He has his own airline now.
Does he?
I mean, I think it's for himself, but it's like a giant, like double-decker airplane for himself.
I was like gonna say, is it just like
59 friends?
Is it just like fucking it's
like Soul Plane, but Drake with the fucking.
I was gonna say,
owl.
Is it just like Spirit Airlines with just his face plastered on the side?
Girl, that shit is like gold. There's like marble inside of this airplane.
The fuck up.
This airplane is. It's Drizzy Drake. He's fucking almost a billionaire, probably. He makes so many hits.
That's true.
He just keeps them coming.
So
anyway,
it can support the 777 and the Boeing Dreamliner 787. Denver's former airport, Stapleton International Airport. Oh, sorry. 1 minute. The runway is 6,000 feet longer than the longest runway at Denver's former airport, Stapleton, which is again one of the reasons.
That's like more than. Isn't that like? How long is a mile? Isn't that like 2,000 feet?
How
long is a mile in feet?
Oh God. God, Shay, have so much fun like just editing this. You're fine.
1 mile is equal to
that's.
5,680 feet.
Okay, so it's an extra mile
long. Oh my
long.
God, Mile High City. I'm an idiot.
It's okay, right there with you.
All right, it's more than a mile longer.
It's more than a mile
ridiculous.
Longer. And again, that was one of the main reasons why they had moved. Even though people were like, no, that wasn't. It was because they're making like fucking an underground bunker for the elite.
Well, maybe they are.
Maybe they are. So,
or for the prisoners.
DIA also hosts the tallest control tower in America at 327 feet. Obviously, I'm just filling in some stuff if you guys want actual facts. The roof of the massive terminal, like for people that are not from here, is like it looks like the little snow peaky mountains.
Oh yeah.
So the Denver International Airport sees over 40 million passengers every year and is listed as the 5th busiest airport in America, and actually like employs over 35,000 people, making it the largest employer in Colorado.
Nice airport,
right? From its opening in In 1995, conspiracy theorists have not been able to leave the subject of the Denver International Airport. They believe that the complex is the headquarters and the hub of the New World Order. Hashtag Illuminati.
Is the New World Order just Illuminati? Or is that...
That's what I think they
like
kind of
part of
describe
it?
them as. I don't know.
Okay.
Ask Beyonce. So according...
Beyonce, I'm channeling you. Come here.
According to the smartest. According to most theorists, the New World Order is a group of influential individuals and country leaders throughout the world whose goal is to take over the world. Say world one more time, Shay. They control the banks, the militaries, governments of the world, with the goal of reducing the world's populations to 2 billion people in order to maintain better control of the world. I mean, to me, it's like, it kind of just sounds like something like Pinky in the Brain.
Yeah.
And today, Pinky. Exactly. Very, very like that. Very Scooby-Doo-ish. Very Scooby-Doo villain. So here's one of the first ones. One of the first conspiracies, or like what the conspiracy theories claim is hardcore proof, is the runway layout. Do you know what the runway layout is?
Isn't it a swastika, even though
That's what they say it is. Okay, so I think, like, for me, like, this seemed like a fucking stretch. But according to strangehistory.org, according to strangehistory.org, they kind of somewhat agree with, like, this theory, but, like, at the same time, it's a stretch. The area where the airport is located is prone to, like, winds that are known to change direction and speed rapidly. One possibility is that the different runways, is that the different runways laid out in that the pattern would allow for flight controllers to adjust the changing winds, so the aircraft that are taking off and landing will not have to deal with the changing wind, essentially. Hence, keeping like the fifth busiest airport traffic like moving just smoothly. So they're saying like it looks like a swastika, but like it's just a fucking let me back up. So
it's just to help with the wind.
Yeah, so the layout looks like a swastika essentially. That's what they're saying. But if you really look at the picture and they highlight it, but it looks like a super janky swastika.
Yeah.
But what they're saying is the reason why it's laid out like that is because of winds. So
which is always very turbulent coming into Denver.
It's rough. So it's just because you have that fucking wind coming off those mountains and then you're like in the goddamn valley. So they're just wanting it to be the Great Valley, Littlefoot. So they're just trying to say like, just to keep it running smoothly. That's the way they did it. So they can just keep those. It just so the planes can always keep landing.
Help with the flow.
Quote
unquote.
Another possibility is that the runways were laid out in the shape of like on purpose. And if that's the case, strangehistory.org will argue that the symbol that is seen from the overview is not a Nazi swastika, but a symbol that has been around since 4000 BC. The symbol itself is used in Buddhism and Hinduism. It is the Chinese symbol for the Buddhism and has been found on mosaics dating back to the ancient Romans and Mesopotamians. There it is. I have to like look not at you with the eye to say that word. As the symbol goes, conspiracy theorists
staring at you over here.
As the symbols go, conspiracy theorists have failed to recognize that the symbol should be that the symbol could be the I'm going to pronounce this wrong, so sorry, the Silno-Ole. That's wrong. I don't know how to pronounce that, but there's lots of vowels in it.
That sounds right.
The symbol of the whirling log, a symbol that is used in healing rituals by the the Navajo Indians. So again, if you really look at it, I think it's a fucking stretch. I mean, it's like two of like the swastika arms, like quote unquote, are like super close together. But again, this was another reason why they moved from Stapleton, because one of the big things was that why did they even move from Stapleton? Because there was way more runways than there are even at DIA. But the truth of the matter is there was 5 runways I think that ran through Stapleton, but they could only use 2 at a time because they crossed each other. It's because you don't want people okay, well, if we come in 45 seconds, like just make sure that like Bill over there is like comes in at 90 seconds and we could kind of cross at the same time, but like hope it works.
Yeah. Cross your fingers.
Cross your fingers. So that was one of the reasons why they said they moved out here, so they can actually use for, you know, not just for longer runways, but also so they can get more planes in, but like just also to be able to, you know, generate
Excuses.
more air traffic flow. Excuses. Aliens. So mysterious.
Yeah, don't the Greys live under there or something?
That's what they're saying. So mysterious words on the floor. So so this one actually made me laugh because it was just like the most ignorant thing I've ever heard of. So I didn't know about this. I heard about the underground tunnels. I've heard about the swastika. I did not hear about this one. So for years, the conspiracy theory community has been very outspoken about the mysterious words that are carved into the floor throughout Denver International Airport. The words, I'm going to pronounce them wrong. Again, I'm sorry. Coachella? Coachella? I'm not even, like, they're,
Are they like Latin?
Yeah, I mean, they're not, sorry.
That was Shay's face banging into the microphone.
Every time. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, I don't fucking know these words.
Yeah, they're
Cisnagini?
yes, but this is the
Dietz Gali?
so these are the words, and so they are claiming that like they are so different, they have to be alien.
What?
Yes. So no.
They are.
So they are claim like the conspiracy theories claim that it's from like the New World Order Illuminati. It's like a secret code to an alien language. Actually, these words are written in like the Navajo language. So they're fucking just racist fucks, and it's just an Indian. Because weirdly, we're from Colorado, so the builders of the airport were like, yeah, let's put some like of our history in here, like. Almost every airport does, like kind of the history, like you kind of see some type of influence wherever region you're from. And this is what they kind of incorporate into this airport out here, but they're like, it's fucking alien. Those words are too fucking weird for it to be like a human language.
It has to be from outer space.
Yeah,
Meanwhile, it's from the Navajo natives
poor
that have
people.
lived here before us.
Yes, so it's, again, I don't want to, like, how do I say this? The three words are for like just different Navajo words for mountain pass, Black Mountain, and White Mountain. So they're translatable words, but these people are fucking assholes. Like that's just gibberish. All of these places are sacred.
Also, do you think aliens use letters?
Right? Like they're like that's another ignorant thing. Is like, oh my god, they must be it. I mean, aliens probably actually have our alphabet.
And a Z at the same
1000%. So all of these places are sacred places to the Navajo and all like within Colorado. So you're a jackass. Not you.
Damn it! I thought that was the alien language of my future.
Anyway, so the tunnels. The conspiracy theory that is that this is like the fucking granddaddy of them all. So this is like the one that everyone is like believes that there's like a fucking New World Order bunker under the fucking airport. So the conspiracy theory is that the tunnels underneath DIA are used to house like the headquarters of the New World Order, #Illuminati. Furthermore, these tunnels will be used in the future to house political prisoners. It has also been theorized that these tunnels are being used by the United States government to perform electromagnetic experiments, with one such experiment citing that in a single day the windshields of 14 aircraft cracked or broke. However, according to strangehistory.org, they like experiment, like they explain the phenomena, and they can actually find like no basis for like these claims. But I think it was like a really cold day, the winds were really high, and it's actually when you fly into Denver and just even taxiing on Denver, we have high winds, so it's notorious for having like rocks and sand and all that kind of shit hit windshields. And it was really cold that day, so it's actually it's more likely that because of like air temperature drop and just even those little rocks hitting it, that's probably what happened. Everything just dropped,
Shay.
and whatever.
Sure,
whatever you say, Shay. But that's really what people are saying. Is like it's probably not from fucking pulses. It's probably from actually just different,
find
which
out.
I've seen that happen
Illuminati.
before in my. It's like it was one winter, and I was up in Windsor actually, and I was sitting in like my uncle's driveway, and all of a sudden like my windshield like cracked from like my top right corner to my bottom left, and it was because the windshield had dropped so quickly, and there must have been probably like a little crack somewhere, but I just watched it go, so it can happen. Or was it aliens?
I guess
don't know.
It wasn't E.T.
It might have been aliens. I don't know. So, also, there's another theory about the tunnels. So, let's see. It is widely known that the tunnels underneath DIA house the transit system for the airport, as well as the baggage transit system for the airport. That was officially shut down in 2005 as it was plagued with mechanical problems. So, some more theories on what tunnels were used for. Some more theories on what the tunnels will be used for. The bunkers being a home for alien/lizard people, reptilians. The space will be used as a FEMA concentration camp in the future when the U.S. government will kill its own citizens, and the space is intended to be a fallout shelter for the wealthy and famous should the Earth face some sort of apocalyptic disaster. So that's what they're saying it's going to be used for. They're going to just shoot us all in the face.
That's great.
Undoubtedly, there is an incredible amount of space between the Denver airport, approximately 470,000 square feet. Conspiracy theorists propounding the FEMA concentration camp theory argue that this space serves no practical purpose. Why excavate such a large area for no reason? There also is a theory about the murals, which if you've seen them,
murals
they're really freaky. They're really, really terrifying.
Suggestive.
They're very, but it's more like a Southwestern art. But it's about like because like there's one where
people
it's like
coming together.
It's people coming together, but at the same time, there's like it's like this Nazi weird thing with like a gas mask on, and then like there's a rainbow separating it, and there's like kids and stuff like that. So
of all the continents,
right? So conspiracy theories, like, and I think there's 4 total murals, and it's like kind of conspiracy theorists conclude that it's like the telling of what's going to happen at the end of the world, which other people argue it's really just like showing how like the world has evolved, like between like just about peace and everything else. So it's all about how you look at it.
Because the last mural I think does have like a dove of peace, and like all the kids are together and their families and they're happy.
And I think
but there's some fucking weird ones that are like.
But again, like the main one,
why did you paint this in the airport?
Which is like again like the main one, which is the Nazi, where it's like it just, and it's right there in front where everybody passes it. It's really fucking
creepy.
weird.
And isn't he holding like a kid?
He's like holding a kid. And he's like holding a machete. It's really weird.
Yeah, and aren't there kids like in coffins or something?
I don't know if there's kids in coffins. I'm not quite sure.
I
don't know, but that's
something.
I'll have to take a look at that.
Not far from that.
I'll have to take a look at that.
Not like bloody, but
okay.
What?
Jesus.
Oh my God!
Okay.
Erase that. The fuck.
So, where was I? So, from those murals, there's like so from those murals, which the majority of Denver airport, like obviously conspiracy theorists, interpret as like a depicting of the coming of genocide conducted by the New World Order. But again, why would they paint that on the side of the fucking airport? I don't know. They then came to the conclusion that the underground facilities will be the scene of the mass genocide. The artist of the murals, a man named Leo Tagama, was steadfastly denied that his paintings hid any sinister hints, although of course conspiracy theorists counter that he was bought off by the New World Order to lie and cover up the murals' true meaning.
Yeah, but that's true. But why? Yeah, why would he paint?
He's like,
those?
You know what? Because it doesn't, it conflicts with what we want to say. So he was bought off. Fuck that guy.
I'm just gonna paint these depictions, but.
Yeah. Stupid. So,
they're pretty.
Also, there was another. I mean, this really isn't a conspiracy theory, but it was part of the airport's history. We all know about Lucifer. Yes, you know about Lucifer.
Wait, Lucifer or Blucifer?
Lucifer. The
No.
Mustang?
Oh,
Yes.
I didn't know his name was Lucifer.
Yeah, his name was.
Is that his nickname?
Well, yeah, I mean, you know the history behind him, right?
Well, yeah, but is that really what they named it?
I mean, that's what
Or is that,
everyone,
like, the nickname
everyone,
now that he
everyone
ki-
calls him is Lucifer. Like
the demon horse
Yeah, so
statue.
for, yeah,
is
anybody that's
fucking
not
weird.
in Denver, he's like this ginormous. It must be like what?
Like 3 stories tall.
Yeah,
at
3
least.
stories tall. It's like this
4?
giant-
It's probably 4 stories tall.
Yeah, this
statue.
giant blue statue with glowing red eyes at night,
It's a stallion. It looks like a big
like
blue
a big Bronco. Yeah, so
but it's evil looking
yeah, it's terrifying looking.
and literally red beady eyes at night. Shine.
Shows like little red laser eyes, and his name's Lucifer is because he killed his artist when he was making him in his studio. He severed so a part of him fell off, and it severed an artery in his artist's leg, and he bled out.
And then his son had to finish it, right?
I believe so. Yes.
Something like that.
Mm-hmm. So
And this horse literally is an evil looking
It's-
horse. I don't know why
it's terrifying looking.
they would ever put it out at the airport, but it's like right when you're driving in from like 70 miles, finally you get to the airport and the first thing greeting you is this giant demon horse.
Right. So they also
So
kind of talk
weird.
about like he's like. They also theorize that he is actually one of the
Aliens?
4 horsemen of the apocalypse. So they talk about that too, like
Oh.
like death coming to the airport, like which is like the most. I mean, it's just the most ridiculous
That's silly.
bullshit, but whatever. I think back in 2016, one of the local papers in Denver were given a tour of the underground facilities and reported back that nothing seemed amiss. So they went down and they looked at all like the fucking baggage claim service or whatever, the baggage claim transit whatever system, and their guide actually told them they didn't see the whole thing because the guide told them like it would actually take me days to show you the entire underground of DIA. So
Oh, really?
right? But then if you think about it though,
Yeah.
DIA is as big as Manhattan. However, like, why would you have that many tunnels as big as Manhattan? It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
And maybe they're not as big as Manhattan. Maybe, but again, like he was saying, it would take me days and hours to show you the entirety of below decks, and it's just like, that's fair. That's fair.
I don't know if you're going to talk about this, but did you talk about like the moving of land? Like apparently it was like the most land that's ever been moved in any construction project ever. Like,
Oh, you mean like when they actually
and like a lot of it was like they just moved dirt over to another spot that like seemed to not like why like they thought maybe they're burying things, but it was like why? But they moved so much land during the construction that
Right,
it
'cause
was
they had
like
to.
most of it was unnecessary. Like there's random weird hills everywhere too, and that's from them just moving land.
right.
But they're saying like it's because they were like burying shit under there, and
But I believe that it was
I know
probably
it's a
just
huge project, but
right. I mean, I think I did read some of those, but I was just like, but that makes sense. If they had to move that much land, they're going to make hills because what else are they going to do with the fucking land?
yeah.
I mean, in my brain, I don't know.
I don't know.
But yeah, so I didn't go much.
But it's
into that
just
one.
like I definitely watched a conspiracy video on it like, I don't know, 12, 13 years ago.
That's
Probably
fair.
like 12 years ago. And I don't remember completely what they said, but I don't know. It just seemed like there was a lot of unnecessary like
moving of
like they didn't like yeah, you're building runways and shit and like you're building an airport, but it's like a lot of outside like where the runway like even farther away they like were moving land, but it was like why are you moving this land over here? Like I don't know.
well,
Just
because
weird
like because
shit.
they had to put that dirt because they were building all those tunnels, and again,
guess
this
that's
was
true,
supposed
the
to be like this
tunnels.
giant, and that's what they were what the reporters were seeing from that paper. They were seeing like, oh yeah, this is just a giant like underground baggage system that they like just left abandoned since 2005, and that was another reason why they said they went over budget is because this giant operation was supposed to be, you know, state of the art, and it was for a minute, but it was just plagued with problems. It was massive, and they just ended up not fixing it, and it ended up, I think, costing like thousands of dollars a day to like run, and it just didn't make any sense anymore. So again, that's why they say like that's why it cost $2 billion over budget
trying
because
to be
it was
high tech, but really
they were
they're
trying to
maybe a
be
little
high tech, and it was way over what they could really do at the time. But again, they say like that's bullshit. They just made more tunnels underneath or whatever, and they just made secret bunkers and shit like that. So, in 2016, the Denver International Airport offered one lucky person and a friend a tour of the tunnels to put like rest the claims, which I will applaud Denver Airport. Like they have all been about like just embracing this insanity and everything else. So yeah, so they offered that to somebody and they could go onto Facebook to win it, and but they had to take an oath of secrecy, and that's pretty binding. So they couldn't say what they saw, but I think it was just honestly, I couldn't find.
So then, what's the point of doing that?
I found an article like I could not find an article to like if they actually interviewed them or whatever. I think it's like to keep it trendy, to keep the lore going, to keep whatever. Like so, I'll plot like if it could have been just that. Like they just were just like you can't say what you saw down here, just to keep everyone guessing because it's fun for them.
Really, yeah.
Or is it to blow them off the trail? Yeah,
that's true.
You never know. So, yeah, that's anyway. So we don't. I could not find any articles that were from the guys that went to go down there.
Oh, that's funny.
Which is sad. But yeah. So it's like a quick little history on the DIA airport.
I wonder. I also heard too that the tunnels have like an underground like not pipe. Some sort of like pipe system where they could spray out. There's like also
I've not heard that.
There's also, which you can see in the airport, there's like symbols of like
there's symbols
periodic
of
table like elements of like this poison or something that they like mix together, and there's like you can see like it's in the airport, and it's like a little Mason symbol with the symbol of the chemical or whatever.
I've seen the Mason symbol, and it's like again the Freemason symbol, which is like the symbol for the Illuminati. But I don't know. It just seemed, and how they also claim that there's actually no like new it was like something like new airport world order or something like that, and there's no such thing. So I don't know. Yeah,
well, this like symbol of this chemical or whatever is apparently this chemical that they want to use in their poisoning of the people when they bring them down to the bunkers, and it's all like
very Hitler-esque.
Yeah, and it's all like equipped with this like piping system where they could like shoot out this chemical of these like at these people like down in these bunkers. I don't know.
I did not read that. Like Jesus Christ, what are you like getting high and like looking at shit?
I think it might have been on like this was like 12 years ago. Or it was either just something on DIA or it was part of this other movie called Zeitgeist or this other fucking movie that I watched because of this boy I was dating that was really into that shit. And
very reliable,
it was very
sources.
Interesting. Yeah, very reliable. He was
reliable.
Fucking crazy, but anyways, that's how I learned about all that shit.
Yeah.
And like the aliens and stuff. He was very into all that stuff.
But yeah, so I mean like but strangehistory.org is like they made it their point to try to debunk all of that, all the conspiracy theories, and like the Freemason symbols on the ground were like nothing more than just like it was just like them just christening like the new airport, and like it's the beginning of that or whatever, but everyone believed like no, it's the Illuminati symbol, and I don't know.
Also, there's a lot of other really awesome things in the Denver airport. Lots of other really cool murals that don't have to do with creepy.
That's true. They have a lot of local artists in there, which is really awesome. So,
and my mom told me there's a whole wall dedicated to haunted Colorado places.
That's true. I'm gonna have to go find that wall.
You're gonna have to find that wall tomorrow at 2 a.m.
Oh God, I'll be like.
Is that tomorrow?
No, it's the next day.
Okay.
It's the next day. I'll be there on Wednesday.
Anyways,
you ready?
So yeah, I guess it's time to roll.
It's time to roll because this was a long one.
Yeah,
we're like we're gonna start at 8:30, and I was like, it's almost 1 o'clock.
I know that's usually
shit. My bad.
Oh, also guys, hey, if you don't follow us on Instagram, you should. Also, if you see something we post, give it a like. We like that. Helps us out, and we like to see that you guys are liking our shit. Also, keep sending your suggestions. We like those. We like to be able to sometimes we're racking our brains for what to talk about. So it's helpful when we have little suggestions sometimes. So yeah, keep sending those. We love them.
Do it. We do love
And
them.
Instagram is at 30ish, THURDYISH. We now also have a YouTube channel, so you can find us on YouTube if you're looking for another
Feeling
platform
fancy.
to listen to us on. Also, we have a Facebook.
Oh yeah, she made a Facebook.
I kind of made a Facebook. I'm trying to make it better. My computer wasn't working at 3:30 in the morning when I was working on it.
Love the confidence.
You know,
It's a good confidence.
I'm working on it, just like the Masons and the Illuminati are working on DIA.
Shut up.
Reptilians.
Oh my god.
They live under the ground,
Under the
globe.
Under the globe. I've also wanted to hopefully like run into the little gargoyle. There's a gargoyle that talks to you too. It's pretty cool. Have you not seen like there's like I will give whoever is doing DIA's social media and their fucking PR shit and their advertising, they put a gargoyle like, so you know, like when you walk out of, before you like go to either the left or the right side to go to one of the checkout points for the terminal. So they're every once in a while, I don't know if they're still doing it, they were doing it earlier in the year. It was a gargoyle and he would talk to you, so he could like, and there must have been either somebody in a control room and like talking back at you or whatever, but like
he would like answer you.
He would answer you, and he would say like something about like, he would say something about the conspiracy theories or like something like that, and he would answer like actual questions. So I'm assuming an actor or somebody was either in a booth and was interacting with people as they were talking to him. But it was really cool. So I will give whoever was doing, again, their advertising, fucking props.
Yeah, their marketing for their new construction's pretty funny.
Super
and it, like,
smart. Yeah. It's really funny.
And they're like making fun of all these
But I will say that
theories.
they have been doing construction on the same fucking areas for like 4 fucking years.
Yeah, so it's like, what are you guys doing? Hiding the aliens? They're trying to break out?
They're like, we are.
They're like, we're trying to tell the people. They need to know you guys are fucking them up.
It's true.
They need to know we're real so they can stop fighting with each other.
Oh my god. All right. You ready? Mm-hmm. Here we roll.
I'm ready to roll with my homies, aka you. 5? That's science.
No, it's 1. It's nostalgia.
Oh my god, I can't. Those are
Stupid.
letters.
Nostalgia. Yeah.
Are you gonna do nostalgia or pop culture?
I don't know yet. I'll have to figure it out.
Okay, ready?
Ready.
3. Food?
Cooking. Yeah. You got the
Holy
cooking dough.
shit. I was literally like, we have not done a food one in a long time, and I almost did a science food one, but I was like, nope, I'm going to wait because
Cooking is that, and then after that, we will not roll because we're going to do field trip.
Oh my god, this is going to be our 29th episode coming up.
That's correct.
You guys, we're almost on our 30th 30ish episode.
I know. We're gonna
figure out a real nice treat for y'all.
A treat
for all you listeners out there. Mm-hmm. We love you. So thanks for listening. I hope you learned some stuff about your sleep habits and about DIA. Yeah, and be careful with the reptilians.
Hopefully, I can edit this down from a 3-hour to at least an hour and a half or something like that.
Oh my god! All right, we gotta go.
We gotta go.
Love you. Thank you. Bye bye.